Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to stick around and like and subscribe. We are diving back into the creepy and the kooky for Netflix's adaptation of The Addams Family, Wednesday, starring Jenna Ortega as the titular character. Akram, what did you think of this adaptation?
Yeah, I think it was a fine pre-teens type of show. A lot more gorier than I thought, but I think that's expected with this type of property. And I think it's kind of cute. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm sure if you're 13 years old and you're watching this video, and then thank you very much. And also, check out this show. I think Jenna Ortega plays the part really well. I think she signs the best in these type of roles too. And I think it wasn't really like a race swap thing. It makes sense with Gomez Addams, especially that they're more of like from a Hispanic background. And we also get Christina Ricci, which is awesome to see.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, Netflix always does, I think, horror anthology and horror franchises really well. And I think they nailed it with this show. Yeah, I would say definitely it's geared more towards like younger audiences, like teenagers probably. It has like this kind of like Riverdale-y style. I think I will say it was better than Sabrina, that weird adaptation they did.
Oh wow.
A long time ago. That one actually I thought was more boring. This one was fun. I enjoyed it. And it definitely had that kind of like Netflixy, like contemporary feel. It felt like I was watching like Umbrella Academy as like some episodes. But it's cool how they adapted it to like modern times. It didn't come off as like too cheesy. There was some moments where I was actually laughing. Like they had like one of like the spell books had like an Etsy sticker on it. I was actually laughing. But it's cool. I like how they adapted it. Yeah, and I like the cast. Yeah, Jenna Ortega definitely nailed it. I was glad to see Christina Ricci back returning to the franchise. But she plays a different character, but she does it really well too. And Catherine Zeta-Jones is Morticia. I loved her. I think she was great. Luis Guzmán just felt like so natural as Gomez. I don't know, just something about him. It was like perfect casting. It feels like you're rewatching like the older like movies or shows. Yeah. But I think it was kind of like a weird like mystery kind of like detective-y like show. It was like you're watching like a coming of age film or like a Harry Potter movie or something.
Yeah.
But it has like these like very dark undertones. It's weird because like Netflix, like sometimes like their PG shows kind of like pushes like the boundaries of like what a TV like PG show can be. Like there's violence, but it's not like crazy or anything. It's like they have like witchcraft and like demons and stuff. Feels like you're watching like one of those like horror like high school dramas or something, or like Degrassi or some shit.
Yeah.
What other thoughts did you have for this series?
Yeah, it definitely reminded me of like a CW type show, like Riverdale or something. I think that the show actually felt kind of, the CGI for one was not good whatsoever.
I agree with that.
that it was weird. But I think the creature designs were all right. I definitely felt Tim Burton, I think. And I think that Luis Gomez, I think the character designs are really unique and also very true to the original designs from the animated series a long time ago. I don't know if you're a huge Addams Family fan. I don't know if this show's really for you, because they kind of took away the family. I mean, they were there for like a good majority of time, but it didn't really dive into, I guess, callbacks to the show. It's a very new take on the Addams Family, and it's again centered on Wednesday Addams. And I think, again, Jenna Ortega, I think she played the role really well, to warrant you actually watching this character from the Addams Family and caring about it. And I think that anyway, Wednesday Addams, Christina Ricci made Wednesday Addams really popular for her portrayal when she was younger. And I think that Jenna Ortega kind of takes the mantle, and I think she's going to stay with it for a while. I don't know if this will actually have a season 2. I would imagine if it does well, it does well for like younger audiences. I think it could be like a really cool hot topic like trend next year, or Halloween thing.
Right. I can see it.
And we have a lot of
like a Spirit Halloween.
A Spirit Halloween or something.
Yeah.
We have people like Gwendoline Christie here. She's cool to see.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah, although her character seemed like it was weird what happened at the end of the show.
It was short-lived. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I know she's in other Netflix properties now, like Sandman. But it was cool to see her. I liked her character for the most part.
Yeah.
It was sad that she kind of like died at the end.
Spoiler alert.
I think she was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Enid was cool
But,
too. I think Enid was like a cute character.
mhm.
It's like contrast to each other. Wednesday and Enid are roommates, by the way, if you guys didn't know. In this, very Umbrella Academy. There's a lot of shenanigans going on. Everyone's young, mystery driven. So I guess you could be invested. There's like two basically bad monster characters that are, kind of the premise is like figuring out what's going on here. I don't know. It's a really, really like chill show for me. I didn't really mind it too much. But what else thoughts you have?
Yeah, it's like a show like that centers around like outcasts and like if you're like a weird person, it's kind of like empowering them. I mean, the Addams family has always been about that, kind of like just like the normal people are kind of like the villains and like the weirdos are kind of like just these sympathetic characters. So it kind of plays on that. Yeah, I thought Jenna's character like portrayal as Wednesday was really cool. It was a step up. It was like you said, like Christina Ricci, like she's known for that portrayal of Wednesday, but it is a very younger portrayal. So I feel like they did it like a more mature route. So like this Wednesday definitely feels like a more mature version of Wednesday, and she's very independent and she's very like articulate and very very smart, and I like how she did it. And she has like so many different like skills. She feels like fucking Batman like in the show, like the way she solves cases and shit. And she was a great fencer too. I like how they did that whole like sword fighting scene too. I did like some of the other Addams family like throwback. I did like Thing. Like Thing was so cute, like the little hand thing. I was actually sad like when that one scene, like I thought he was gonna die. I was like, oh no. They brought Fred Armisen as Uncle Fester, which I thought was so funny. He's only like in one episode. That's great. Like the casting, I think, is just like so like hilarious how they cast like certain people. And it still has like an Addams family feel to it, I would say, but it's brought into this very contemporary light, I would say.
Yeah.
Some of the monsters were okay, like you said. The CGI wasn't like the greatest, like the fucking the Hyde monster. I'm gonna be honest, it looked pretty shitty. It looked like Zeb from Star Wars Rebels.
Zeb and Gollum, yeah.
Or like that weird fucking Hulu monster, like the Grim Cuddy or whatever the fuck it's
Right.
called. It was cheesy, but you could tell like this is definitely like geared towards like younger people. Overall, I would say it was all right. If you're into like the Addams Family or into like weird like shows, like yeah, you can have fun with it. Is basically what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, I agree. What would you rate it?
I'd rate it like a 7 out of 10, honestly. Like,
Okay.
It wasn't like the greatest show, but I had fun in certain episodes, and I could see them having a season 2 in the future because they did kind of leave things on like a cliffhanger. Like they said, like there was like maybe like a bigger villain at the end, like controlling like Tyler and Mrs. Thornhill. So I could see it. Usually, like with Netflix shows, like their horror shows do really well, so I could see this having like a season 2 at least. But how about you? What are your final thoughts and how would you rate it?
Yeah, it's very. I for the most part, I think it's well paced. I think that when it started, I actually felt like we're missing some prior information. Like it felt like we just went right into it, and I think that by doing that type of technique, I guess that season 2 would definitely pick up a little bit further down the line after the events of this show, and like we're gonna get right into the mystery again, right? So they're not wasting any time, and I think it's just fun. For anybody to get into that, kind of shut off your mind. But then again, there are like nice things that it's that mystery, like who is this person? Who is it? And I think that probably the stakes will be upped next season. If there is a next season, we will see. But again, it's weird too when they place this show because Halloween is over. So it's like, it's Thanksgiving, baby. So it's like weird that they put this here.
It's weird marketing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it like maybe season 2, they'll probably like maybe marketed towards like more Halloweenish.
That makes sense. I mean, we have Cabinet of Curiosities, and then we get Wednesday Addams, so they have two things for the kids and also for like more serious mystery goers. I probably would rate it like I didn't enjoy it too much because I don't know, I just didn't care for it. I probably would give it like a 6 out of 10. But I don't know. We'll see if next year we would review season 2. But yeah, everybody, that is our review for Wednesday. Not a lot to say about it. It's a short review, but hey, everybody, if you guys made it to the end, we greatly appreciate you. And we always say we love you. And check out our other reviews as well. We just released Andor episode 12. That was phenomenal to review. And thankfully, we finished that on a high note. We have plenty of content coming up, and we have plenty of reactions too for the Game Awards a little bit later in December. But Dylan, please take us away. Yeah,
so much content. Like Akram said, we have the Game Awards coming up, so we'll be doing predictions and reactions for that as well. We still have Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special coming up. We also have a Walking Dead episode that we were supposed to release yesterday, but unfortunately we had some technical difficulties, so that'll be coming out as well. And just a little, we have other fun stuff planned for the rest of the year. So thank you guys for tuning in for this review. If you're not checking us out already, please do. We're on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, as well as YouTube, so you can check us out there. And you can also check us out on our Instagram socials as well. So thank you guys so much. Until then, thanks for having lunch with us.
See you guys.